Forgive the intrusion. My name is Lynch. I just rolled into town from the southwest of here, and you need a hand there? Looks like you took a tumble.
Oh, well, thank you, Lynch. My name's Tink, and I reckon it's my pride that's gotten bruised more than my leg. When we heard about poor Foxglove's husband, practicing taps for the service was all I could do to cope. Then I went and marched right on into his grave. It notes him. Admittedly, it was a hell of a sight, but old Foxy would have gotten a side split out of it.
Well, as long as you're not hurting, you go ahead and take care of it now.
Will you be needing a place to stay while you mend your... What on earth is this?
Beauty, ain't she? Built her myself. Call her the Ram Tram. On account of she's a tram, and a series of rams convert, the lateral centrifugal motion, from the properator. It's technical. Yep, it's got me from here to there and back again.
Well, if you've been needing a less drafty place to spend the night, I own a duplex here in town, just in the square.
Oh, no, well, that's a mighty fine idea now that you mention it. I'd certainly appreciate the room and board for the night. Thanks there, Tink.
Same be to you. Everyone else laughed far too hard to see if I was okay after they heaved me out of the hole. It's got an empty furnished wing I'm trying to rent out someday. If you need anything, I'm right on the other side. Anywho, good night, Lynch.
Good night, Tink.
Hi, Lynch, right?
Yeah, Tink was kind enough to lend me the empty wing. Do you need help?
If you could, dear. My cards are all out of order, and I still don't know how I'm going to release this bird at the right stanza.
Well, I'm no poet, but if you give me the signal, I could release the bird for you from the back.
Perfect. The line is, and the dove of peace flew round about.
Sure.
Oh, little grunt ugly, wrote thou... And the dove of peace flew round about. And the dove of peace flew round about. And the dove of peace flew round about.
Sorry, Toots. I think the cat might have got at the dove of peace there. Should I toss them down?
Oh. No.
Hello there. You must be Lynch. I'm McCracken. My mom runs the tailor shop in town. Toots told me about you. Thanks for helping her. She's been so panicked about getting stage fright since she froze last year.
McCracken, you fool, you've frightened off the whole downtown. You certainly lightened the mood. I'm sure it was an accident now, but she actually laughed and got her confidence back now to carry on. And she would have finished the poem, but you had to go and steal the moment, McCracken.
It wasn't intentional on my end. I was waiting backstage to end the show after her. I sneezed my head right out through the curtains. Well, I'll be if it ain't Tink.
If you have some of that spiced sausage stew again, I could devour some. Oh, and a hot cider. Carl does a mean cider.
Yeah, I'll have both. Everyone doing okay over here?
As always, Carl, the food is great and the cider's wonderful.
Good to hear. Now, if y'all need anything, give us a holler. Alright, Kraut's at it again. Kraut's not here, man. Kraut, why don't you be moderately helpful and go after that monster? Settle, lads, settle, lads. That swine knows not to cross the river. We're all safe. Sorry for the fuss. I'm sure y'all are aware of the hunting estate just northwest.
Oh aye, the Ford lost poor Foxglove's husband to them, we fear. He was foraging by the mill last we was seen.
I'm so sorry for y'all. Beg pardon. Mind if I sit down? Lynch, I might be able to inform you better than most about them. Years back, way before we set up here, I was the leader of a regiment of the Royal Militia. Sauerkraut, the swine in question, was the commander who foolishly began the swine skirmish. Pinned our townships against one another. I told my men to flee. Hell, some of them followed me here. We were planning on going back after we heard the war ended, but then we got word the capital had been attacked.
I had no idea you two went so far back. We're certainly better for having you here.
Mama doesn't mind his goons or the money when they come into town, but I can't stand a lot of them. Here, here. I do hope y'all enjoy your time with us, but do be safe out there. Same to you all. I do believe we'll need a barrel of cider and at least a few links of sausage to take when we're ready to go. Same here if you can spare 'em. Anything for the fine folks of the Ford. My boys will have 'em ready when you're ready to head out. Who are you all? Is this your dog?
It saved us a few months back. We were run from our homes into the river by a pack of hunters, and, well, Boom Boom brought us here. Nah, dog. All these tents you see here were here when he brought us here. We think he's a runaway from the circus. He had a panic when we tried to set up that big one he sleeps on.
That may dig up real big ones. And he brings them over to that, well, rocky area north of us. Come think of it, I guess he's creative.
Really, Lynch, the snow will be gone by noon. We don't normally get storms back-to-back the way of Panic.
You may say that, but I just want to know I can prepare more than, well, sausage and cider if we do get snowed in.
Ahoy there! Forgive me, my scout saw you three fishing up at the periscope upstream, but, well, the river's too shallow for us to go underneath your lines. The ship is heading down the coast to pick up provisions. Would you kindly refrain from fishing for about 10 minutes, half an hour?
Certainly, Captain. You mind tossing us a fish or two if you pick some up? You're the only thing we've caught all day.
If you keep the river clear, my scout will order us to breathe briefly in order to run some supplies to you if you are still here.
Still getting paid up. Still getting paid up. Still getting paid up.
You will give me the support. I have worked too hard to get approved for this ambassadorship after we were exiled. So help me, you will wish you had obliterated me yourself by the time I'm through with you if you stop this.
I miss home more than you can imagine. I've managed to regain some sort of honor and build a life here, learning from my mistakes. All you care for is resting and hunting. Two things you can't do with the position you seek.
Everything alright?
That carriage nearly got ran off the road. This poor thing got knocked off one.
Dun. Mama Dandan and my daddy are the railway managers of La Castle Granada.
Certainly then. Well, unfortunately that estate has no riverfront entrance, but we will be able to get you to the railway lines.
You know, I have a rail card I can take him with if you take us into town.
I can't wait to tell Mama about the treasure box that big pig had.
Treasure box? You say? What treasure box?
Oh boy, it was this real pretty box. Oh my god, it had gold gilding and it had these really nice little hinges, and it had these really cool inlays. Oh my god, it was like a fancy hat. It was like a crown.
It has to be them. I can't talk about it here. Load them up, lads. We need to bring these folks to the Roundelay for supper before we send them off.
Forgive my curiosity, but just where are we going?
We're boarding my ship. I like to keep it safe from prying eyes. That, and, well, admittedly, it's nice to laugh at the low-flying flocks as they migrate. Ooh. So, Miss Den, so this Baron DeFace, you said? They're the head of your parents' grounds, Miss Den, is that correct? Are they, how should I say this, tall, frail, perhaps cloaked in black?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Miss Den. Mates, could you whip us up some warm food and drink for everyone here? McCracken, Lynch, could you two gentlemen describe the pig you saw this evening from the other wagon? Did you catch his name?
Sauerkraut, sir. I've seen him in town before.
Sauerkraut? He didn't even change his name? Well, that's clearly them. And he had a box he wanted to keep hidden, did he, Miss Jen?
Yes, sir.
I was, in another life, commissioned by those two to give them passage after something of a disaster overseas. We were coming into Port of France at the time. The bay was an absolute madhouse. A tower of smoke was billowing out of the palace. We came by a small sinking ship in the bay, ablaze amid the frenzy, and, well, we rushed to their aid, and we only found two aboard. Two very eager, very rich potential passengers who wanted to get away, and fast. I suspected them, but they had so much gold. Blinded my judgment back then. They boarded, their luggage stowed. Only two items. A small barrel of black powder, whom this DeFace held quite dearly, and what my crew made out to be a quite ornate box inside of a crudely made crate. The crew and I heaved anchor and set sail without stopping for provisions, and set forth for this very port which we overlook now. I only heard about the real trouble inland after leaving those two here. After all that time, I'd feared that they would have fled much further. We may need to lurk and snoop around this estate while Sauerkraut is occupied. If he has it, we need to get it back. The Grand Palace was bombed. An attack. Both this DeFace and presumably Sauerkraut were there, and then, after it all settled, they weren't, and neither was the national treasure, the crown.
Sauerkraut servants will be coming up the tailor shop to pick up Mama to do a custom fitting.
I could slip in her place and snoop around while he's pinned up.
If you find the crown, grab it, and get back here as soon as you can. I'll have my scribe chart the lands of the Castle Granada's estate. You'll need to know the lay of the land if you are to get away safely.
there it is.
Oh my God, my Dan.
Beg pardon, Mr. Dan, but we'll be needing to have word with the Baron. Could you see fit to let us pass?
Thank you. No problem, I got you right.
Sir, I must confess our apologies for intruding. The townsfolk all know this proposed ambassadorship is a sham. Crowd has nothing more than a desire to hunt. His men have all but hunted his estate baron, and the innocent town beyond the borders is being threatened by him. As are you. We fear Sauerkraut has taken advantage of you by holding the memory of this as a tool against you. Just up the mountain is the same admiral who brought you and Sauerkraut here when you disappeared. From what he told us, we believe you had no idea what he was planning, and we need you to help pin this on him. If you wish to clear your name, please do as I ask.
What do you need me to do?
You and my friend McCracken here need to get the crown down to the admiral. I'll be a loud and wild goose chase to get Sauerkraut off your tail. We prepared something of a scavenger hunt for his hunting party, for when he panics, so we can keep you safe.
Just get in the bath and correspond.
He's coming round, lads! Get him!
Ah, Mr. Kraut. Long time. I do believe last time you were in my company, you had this item in your possession and neglected to inform us of its origin. Can you explain this reasonably? Time then, perhaps, for a quick visit home?
Your dad. Could you please tell me? Could you escort me on my journey back home?
Certainly, Mr. Plese. Only the finest cabin for you.
Forgive me. After the last venture, don't trust traditional ships. I will be taking my airship. I simply wish for you to make sure it maintains course.
Not a problem, old man. Not a problem. Lovely to see you again. Under much different circumstances.
My deepest condolences for your friend, Mitch.
Indeed. Fine man. Fine man. Cut down in his prime. Can only hope that what little we've done to remember him by charms his spirit. Thank you, Lynch, for everything.
For everything.